All right, good morning, everybody. It's been a great day here so far. My name is Joe Augustine. I'm from Anqotum Resource Management, and today I'm here to talk to you about the Gaspereau trap escapement. But I'll give a little info on myself. I recently graduated from the University of Brunswick in 2022. I graduated with honors in biology, and then I moved on to Anqotum full-time in November. So I first want to give a territorial acknowledgement saying that we are on the Ballistic River and we are on the traditional lands of the Ballistic people. I'd also like to acknowledge the consultants on this project, including Steve Ganesh, who is our Indigenous fisherman and project consultant. Kevin Bland, who is our year one project consultant. The Yield Ground Community Fisheries Program and Indigenous and Commercial Gaspereau Fisheries, along with funding from DFO. So to introduce the project a little bit, we have to go back to the plan for his conference in 2021. This was a conference put on by North Shore Big Mac Tribal Council. And really what it was about is it was focusing on a 5-year plan to protect and enhance wild salmon populations, as well as identify solutions to the many issues negatively impacting wild salmon. So this is really where our project was conceived and brought out from. So a little introduction into the project goals. We want to develop a screening device that prevents Atlantic salmon and striped bass from entering Gaspereau traps. And we also want to reduce issues for Gaspereau fisheries and impacts to Atlantic salmon. And our big goal here in this project is to reduce salmon bycatch in the Gaspereau fisheries by 90% in 2025. So I'm really optimistic and a big goal for us. So, what's important? Like, why is bycatch, salmon bycatch, a danger to them? Well, first off, they have decreased fitness from physiological stress. So, what exactly does that mean? So imagine if we put everybody in this room down the hall into that small storage room. In 10 minutes, everyone's going to be stressed out. After an hour, you're going to probably want to pay your whole paycheck to get out of the room. After 23 hours, you're going to be physically exhausted. And now imagine you have to go out after that, go hunt for your own food. It's going to be a lot harder than it would be if you went now. And if that's not the case, there could be direct mortality from these traps. So the salmon could just more or less not make it, not be able to survive through these traps to be released. But one thing that people don't think of very often is the descaling of salmon from striped bass and rays. So if you've ever held a striped bass, you will know that their dorsal spines are extremely spiny. To the point where they can draw blood on you. They don't need to be professional. And when they get into the nets, thrashing around like in that picture you see there, those spiny fin rays can go across and descale salmon. So what's the issue with descaling salmon? Well, one, scales are like the protective armor for salmon. It protects them against predation from, let's say, eagles or other birds of prey, such as that. And additionally, scales also provide a lot of ability for fish to swim. So if you've ever held a fish, which I'm sure probably all of us have, you'll know that they're very spiny, right? So that's a mucus that is secreted by the fish's skin on the scale, and it's a little hydrophobic, which allows it to breathe energy when it's swimming through the water, and more or less that allows it to gain more speed. So descaling these salmon is going to take away that ability into that ability to a certain extent. So let's get to a little project outline we have here. So this is a 3-year project on the Miramichi River. In the first year, we were to develop a prototype with operational hardware and then go to an Indigenous fisher for review of it. In our second year, we were to modify and develop a full-scale prototype for the first round of testing on the Miramichi River. And the third year, we were to do our final modifications to the prototype and begin full-scale testing in the height of the Gaspereau migration, which is in the June and months on the Miramichi River. So our year one first prototype it underwent summer 2021, and we began with a stainless steel prototype that was lightweight and had a collapsible scissor door. So that means that the two ends can come in like that, go in like that. And this allows this collapsible scissor door, allows for easy installation for fishers. And it also has, as you can see in the photo up there, diamond or round shaped wire mesh. And this was all that goal to prevent larger fish from entering the 64-foot Gaspereau traps. So when we went to our review with our indigenous fisherman, he looked at this trap that we created, and it was not what we were hoping for. The door was collapsible as first on. We wanted to fully collapse it, and it more or less would collapse about 2 feet in. The door also impeded the single leader trap on the actual trap nose. So when our indigenous fisherman looked at it, he was like, there is a chance that Gaspereau are going to actually feed the whole school into these traps. And thirdly, the door did not actually fit perfectly on the diamond trap. So it was really hard to try to put this thing on when we wanted an easy installation for fishers. So our indigenous fishermen recommended a more simple and robust design for us, which we will get to year 2. So yeah, in year 2, we went completely back to the drawing board with our new design. We created a new door fitted to diamond box straps that are 14 feet wide, 18 feet deep, and 64 feet long. It was a heavier steel design made up of almost like 2 rectangles, more or less, with 72 vertical rods, so rods that go down. And this allows these removable rods to allow for different horizontal distances for gaps that we can make. So we can make 1, 2, or 4 inches by taking out 1 or 2 rods. And if we have no rods in it, that's the 1 inch. So we're really, instead of differentiating by vertical length like this, we're differentiating by more like vertical or horizontal length of the fish. So let's talk about our testing procedure in year 2. So we had 3 weeks of testing in July and August of 2022. And our test trap that was placed on was our Wilson Point trap, which is a upstream wheel trap. And our control trap, no modifications on the normal regular diamond box trap, was just downstream a little bit, so 2 kilometers away. So our first week we were to test at 1 inch, that's the 1 inch horizontal gap. Our second week we were to test at the 2 inch horizontal gap. And then the third week we were supposed to test the 4 inch horizontal gap. But we ran into a little issue which I'm going to get to a little later in the presentation. So here's more or less the only little bit of data we have so far for this project. And if we look here, we can see, it's kind of hard to see here, but in black is our control sites and test where the traps with no nets or no door on it at all. And gray is our test sites, the one with the door on it. And we're differentiated here by over and under 50 centimeters. In this trap, you can see that we had a lot more over 50 centimeters and under for the control site. So we had a lot less in the actual trap for the test site that we were testing with the door on. Comparatively to the under 50 centimeters, we had 38 in the control site, while we only had 5 fish under 50 centimeters in the test site with the door on. That was for the 1 inch trap opening. So when we go over to the 2 inch trap opening, we only had 5 fish over 50 centimeters in control, and 1 again. So very basically the same for the first and the second round of testing there. And when we go and we look at under 50 centimeters, the bars are starting to get close, which is really what we want. For under 50 centimeters, we want those bars to be the same. And for over 50 centimeters, we want there to be a significant less amount for the test site than control. So you'll probably notice that we fished 4 days, but when looking at this, like we have really low numbers, and I'll touch on that when we get into our discussion, but that's going to be a limiting factor with us. So here we go. Here is a discussion. So catch numbers were lower in the test site over and under 50 centimeters, so they were lower throughout. And relative to the control site, the 2 inch gap allowed for more fish under 50 centimeters than the 1 inch site did. But the catch numbers were so low due to us missing the Gaspereau in striped bass upstream migration. So more or less, we're testing it. We tested in August and July, so that's when our prototype is ready. And we just weren't catching it on fish, more or less. And like, due to the lower control catches, we were like literally catching by the end of it when we went to test the 4-inch gap. And the control graph was no door on it whatsoever. We were catching like a fish a day. It was getting really low for us, so we decided that 4-inch trap, like we're not going to have any data for this. But yeah, so move on. So it's hard to draw conclusions from some low numbers that we had. And we really need to do more testing within the height of the Gaspereau migration, which would be once again in the May and June months. And another issue that should be brought up, and it's more a function of when we tested rather than an issue with our trap, is that we had a lot of ground algae growth. And if you think about it, we're testing out in August and July. We're in the hot sun. It's like 30, 35 degrees. It was really hot last year. The water's so warm. It's like a perfect environment for bacteria, algae, microorganisms to grow. And so we see that, as we can see in that picture, on the plate, or on the trap, and the door as well. So we're the dead river. So year 3 in our future plans. So we've already confirmed 2 weeks of testing with Steve Ganesh, our indigenous fisher, for the height of the Gaspereau migration. We want to test each opening, including 4-inch opening, for at least 3 fishing days on the year. And we expect to see increased catches across both the test and control sites. And we expect to see one test stage have no significant difference. Fish caught under 50 centimeters compared to the control site, while still impeding larger fish passage.